So King the Land is a K-drama series starring Yoona and Lee Jun-ho, and it is about this girl named Cheon So-rang, played by Yoona, and she's always wanted to work at this King Hotel that she went to as a kid. She wants to become a hotelier. And then on the other side, Lee Jun-ho's character Gu-won is actually the son or chaebol of this King group, and he has his own things that he actually wants to discover in his life. And within this entire mix, we have this whole opposites attract thing, and then them learning a lot more about themselves and then coming together. And then you have all the other drama surrounding these type of series. So getting into the thing that I really did enjoy about the series is just the acting itself. And so we have Yoona, who is from Girls' Generation, and Lee Jun-ho from 2PM. Both of these people carried over from their K-pop careers over to the acting realm, and I think they do a really great job, especially Yoona. I really enjoyed her acting in many movies and shows. And Lee Jun-ho, I've seen him in some movies and series, so I'm kind of getting used to him, but he does a really good job here. And everybody else does well. And my favorite character, basically in all of these Korean dramas and series is, well, Korean's national grandma. She's in here. I always love seeing her. And the rest of the cast, you know, their friendships that they have with Yoona's character, Cheon So-rang, and then with Jun-ho, with Mr. No, and all these other side characters, they do a really good job in not only supporting them, but kind of also having their own characteristics and vibe as well. And so you actually grow to love all these characters. And I would say that's the best thing about this series. And then the second thing that I really enjoyed about the series is the story itself. Now, this type of story we've seen so many times before. You have this girl who's really fighting and struggling to find her way in life, and normally she's poor or have very little money. But then you have the opposite end. You have this guy who is the son of this big business conglomerate. He's a chaebol. He has tons of money, but he also has his own struggles and own mysteries as well. But the way in which it is told in King the Land, I think it's told in a way that is really entertaining and engaging. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, the acting and all the side characters, they just make this story even more fun to watch. And then as you're watching this evolution of the characters and the story, you know, you really do care about what's happening with the story and the characters, I would say through the entire series. And it is a rom-com, so there is a lot of really funny comedic moments in here as well. And so overall, the story is something that isn't new, but it does it in a way that's just fun and entertaining, which leads me to the last really good thing about the series. And it's one thing that I don't see many of these K-drama series doing well, and that's landing that final episode. For some reason, for a lot of series that I've seen, the ending normally isn't as good, and in some cases just downright disappointing. But with King the Land, when you get to the season finale, it wraps everything else really nicely. Everything's really happy, but at the same time, you don't feel like you wasted your time and got to an episode or finale that was disappointing. I think King the Land did a really great job in having a strong finale episode. Protect your online privacy and keep data brokers from selling your personal information by using Delete Me, the #1 privacy information remover service since 2010. Sign up today and get 20% off your first order. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. Now, getting to the negatives of this series, as I stated a little bit earlier, this is a story that's been told so many times before. And so a lot of times you can't predict what's going to go on. You know the type of characters and so forth, because this is basically a staple of K-drama series. And so if you're tired of seeing these hoteliers, chaebol and all these things, then you might not get as much enjoyment out of it. And then the other thing is some of the side, like love interest and stuff, which usually happens in these type of series, they have secondary ones. In this one, we have a secondary, I would say, relationship type stuff with these flight attendants. I didn't find it as interesting because they didn't really spend too much time into it. So if they actually spent more time there, I think it would have been more interesting as a whole for those secondary characters. But other than that, King the Land is a really enjoyable series. It is a fun time. It had characters that you really learn to care and love. And then the story itself, I think, was interesting throughout. And of course, the season finale did a great job in wrapping everything up. So if you actually had any thoughts on King the Land or any other K-drama series that you've enjoyed recently, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my Korean series, film, or entertainment reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you on another episode.